So over the weekend, I made this quite big decision to stop using Instagram and to disable my account. I have always been somebody who is so pro social media. I do it for my job, as a personal branding specialist, as a hobby. It's always been something I've been interested in and have really, really enjoyed and have always been a massive advocate for. But recently, I have felt that although I don't spend very much time at all on Instagram and actually on social media, I do create content. But as anybody who creates content knows, you create it and you put it out there. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're spending time sitting and scrolling. In fact, often the people that are creating the content are the ones spending less time sitting and scrolling because they're creating it rather than consuming it. But I think what I started to realize was actually the culture of Instagram was actually having an effect on my life, even though I wasn't spending all of my time scrolling on it. So putting the kind of scrolling and consuming content aside, I've started to just find it really, really strange that we, as humans, when we take a nice picture of ourselves, when we go on a nice holiday, that we suddenly have this desire that we have to show the world. And I think I've always been really pro that. I've always thought that's really lovely. But then I started to really think about it and think about how I feel when I see a piece of content when I'm not feeling 100% about somebody's massive success or this or that. And actually, if you're not in a very good frame of mind, you can then perceive the whole world as having everything together and you not having everything together. Whereas when you actually sit down with someone and you dig into their life, nobody has it all together. Nobody has the perfect life. And I think for me, I'm a hugely ambitious person, so I'm always, wake up every single day and I want to push myself really, really hard. But the last couple of weeks, I've actually really struggled because since Corona hit, I went into 100 miles an hour working to pivot my business and make sure that my business was going to survive and was going to potentially even thrive through this period, enabling me to support as many people as possible to move their brands and businesses online. And then the last couple of weeks, I've been able to actually stop, pause, I guess, reflect, relax a little bit. And it's caused me to feel actually quite anxious. Any kind of, I guess, entrepreneurial person will know that feeling that when you slow down, sometimes you actually get in a panic, even though you know you need to slow down because you're not going fast enough. And I think in this slowdown period, I have spent a little bit more time consuming content rather than creating it. And I've spent a little bit of time reading, other entrepreneurs or young, very successful young people. I came across this girl last week who's very, very successful. I think she's about 22, 23. Running her business does 3 million a year. And I started to feel really, really anxious and actually really like a bit of a failure in comparison to that, despite the amount that I have achieved. And I just got myself into this real spin with social media and with Instagram in particular. I feel that when I'm on LinkedIn, for example, or YouTube, I don't necessarily get that feeling. But when you're kind of having this gridded summary of someone's life where it just looks like they go on holiday all the time because they reshare holiday photos even when they're not on holiday, because everyone does that for throwbacks or whatever, it's very easy for you to start to feel quite crap. Even if you are somebody who is, well developed. I've done a lot of personal development with my mind and really do understand the world of social media, working in it and everything. But it's just, for me, pushed to the point where no longer, I think, the pros have stopped outweighing the cons. And when that happens, it happened to me with alcohol. That was when I stopped drinking, when I went vegan. I just think when the cons start to outweigh the pros, it's time for you to kind of take a pause from something. So instead of doing a big dramatic delete of my Instagram account, just in case this is just a temporary thing, I've decided that I want to quit Instagram for the rest of the year. So the rest of 2020, I want to take off Instagram. That includes creating content and putting it out there. So I'm just going to see how it feels. Obviously, as my job of what it is, helping people to build their personal brands, it's quite a big decision to make. However, I've always said that if I don't stick to my values and my beliefs, then, what do we kind of have if we don't do that? So that is my plan to, It's the 11th of August, to pause my Instagram for the rest of the year and have a break from it, continue to create content on other platforms, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, definitely. That's my kind of favorite platform at the moment, LinkedIn. And to continue to grow my brand in other places, but just to take a break from Instagram and what I think that it can do to your mental health. Because if it's having an impact on my mental health like this, I think it's having an impact on everyone's. And it's not just, the big famous people putting stuff out there. It's even, your friends doing stuff and you thinking, oh God, should I be doing that? Or people you went to school with when you were younger. It's it can really, I think, generally have an impact on everyone in some sort of way. So this is my little challenge for the rest of the year, to take a step away from it, to stop putting stuff onto it, to get it off all of my platforms, and just generally forget that the platform kind of exists, and just to see if that does have an impact on how I feel about myself, about my business, about the way that I look, all of these various things. Because I'm somebody who's definitely succumbed to trends, to shopping, to various different things because of Instagram. Pressure on myself to look a certain way, to be a certain way, to take photos when I'm not really in the mood, just so that I can have something to put on Instagram. And actually, I don't think that's really me. I think I'm much more somebody who wants to just live in the moment and not so much worry about it. And I'm not saying that it rules my life in any way. I'm just saying that it has had an impact on me recently. And because of that, I've decided to take a break. So I'm not sure if this is going to resonate with anyone, but I just wanted to do a I'm leaving Instagram post. And if it is something that you think might have an impact on you, that you kind of think, oh, I wish I was doing that, or I should look like that, or I need to get down the gym, or whatever it is that makes you feel, maybe consider deleting the app from your phone, or whatever it is that you need to do to kind of get a bit of space. Anyway, that's me done.